Hey again, everybody. It's me, Zach. Looking a little scruffy. This week it's a little late. Yesterday I was out of town all day with some friends. We went to an amusement park, and I was originally going to film when I got back home, but I was so dead tired. I was just like, nope. And earlier this week, I found out that I'm allergic to a certain type of detergent, as I'm covered from like ankles to ankle or wrist to ankle in hives. So if that didn't clear up, I gotta go to the doctor, and that's not fun. So this week I actually did quite a bit. Another reason why it took me so long is when I started painting, I just didn't want to stop. So this week I don't have any fully complete models to show you, but I do have a lot more stuff done on those models. So if everything goes correctly, this following vlog will be most, if not all, of those skeletons 100% done. And I'm trying to get all of like these little skeleton warrior guys. I'm gonna try to get all of those guys 100% done this week. And then the following week I should be able to finish the knights. The knights should be 100% done, and the week after that I'm going to try and finish the vampire lord on the zombie dragon. Or I might get them all done sooner than that. I don't really know. It just depends on how much time I can do, or how much time I get to doing it. So I'm going to turn it back around, and I'm going to show off a little what I've done this week. Alright, so this week, you're going to have a little shaky cam here. So this week, I've gotten a lot more done on all the skeleton guys. The two I've done completely are here and here. I was going to try and get these guys done, and we're going to go back. So these guys, the second I started on them, I started to paint the metal, and I was like, well, I might as well start painting all of the metal because I'm already here. So I painted all of the metal on all of the guys. And then after I got that done, I was like, well, I guess I should paint the rustiness on these guys. So I started painting the rust on them. Like that. So I ended up painting all of the rust on all of these guys. So they've got some nice brownish. They've got the wash, and then they've got the nice brown color. Basically what I've been doing is I take a little bit of it, paint a little bit on, make sure it's nice and wet, and then I use this to rub on it, and it not only dilutes the color of the area, but it also makes it look naturally rusted. So every bit of metal on these guys has been rusted and weathered. So next week you'll see a lot of highlighted metals and the rest of these cloths and stuff finished. The purple cloth doesn't have much left to be finished on them. And a lot of these shields aren't 100% done. I'm going to need to paint some of these. I'm going to paint colors in here. Although this looks kind of neat as it is. Kind of looks rusted and dirty by itself. I might leave that one that way, actually. Just because it turned out so good. But see how this one I've got it painted black, and I'm gonna come through with a gray to highlight little black areas, and I'm gonna come with a silver to highlight the edges of the rusted bits. And honestly, if I just finished up the rags and stuff on them, me from 5 to 6 years ago probably would have been okay with how they look right now, but I kind of want to do a little bit more in depth. So this guy is one of the guys that needs a little washing. I painted a wood color, so I'm going to take a little bit of a black wash and wash into the debris there. And then I took some of the shields and I just washed them. Just straight up washed the shields. Because what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to go with like a stone, as if these were like stone carvings they've ripped off of tombs and are just using as shields. So these guys will be done soonish. I didn't even start any rust on these guys. I did paint all their metal though, so I painted the metal on their spears and the metal on their armor. I haven't started with the rusting process yet. I'll put a little bit of rust on the gold pieces as well and rub that. So these guys, I'm not going to try to work on this coming week. I'm actually going to try to work on them the following week. I did paint the flag black. It looks kind of scruffy right now, but when I pick out the colors of the raised bits, it'll look better. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with the... I'm going to paint these bits yellow. Maybe some white in here for like the skull and the bones here. But other than that, I think it'll look pretty good. This guy I've got to paint. I'm going to come back and paint in all of these, like the fins and like the areas around there, gold, and I'm going to paint the saddles a wooden color. So they've got all their done up, and I finished the cloth on these guys. I'm not sure if you could tell in the last one, but the paint looked relatively thin. So I came back with a dry brushing, and I just dry brushed the bejesus out of them. So they have like a nice solid looking coat on them. Dry brushing isn't really designed to do that, but the way I do it is I just make the dry brush a little wetter than normal, and just dry brush a lot, so I get like a variant in color where the wash was. And then I had a couple horses' heads that had some metal bits on them, so I painted those with the metal and then washed them. And also I went back with my wash with all of the stuff that I had painted so far and gotten all the bits and bobs that I've missed. Other than that, I don't really have a lot. Well, I mean, it is quite a lot, but other than that, I don't have anything else to show off. I did a little bit of washing on the zombie dragon, but it was stuff that was not super noticeable previously. So I'm a little bit of I'm a little anal retentive about that kind of stuff sometimes. If I see it, it just starts to drive me crazy. So next week I'm going to set a goal of at least half of these guys done. I would like to get all of them done, but just depending on how much I can paint will depend on them getting finished. Because sometimes you get busy, and also sometimes you play too much World of Warcraft. Alright, I'm going to switch this back over. Alright, so that's pretty much what I've done this week. Next week, as I said, I'm going to try and get more skeletons done. They're in like the last little stages of them being done. So hopefully I'll get all 21 of them finished. I mean, technically it would be, 19, because I've got 2 finished already. And hopefully the next set of skeletons that I paint are not going to take as long. I've just been kind of slow and methodical painting them this time. And now that I've got what I'm going to be doing with them down pat, I'll probably get them done faster. Probably, maybe, hopefully. And it also depends on what I'm playing and on the video games as well, because, we only have so much free time. So I'll see you guys next time. If you like my stuff, like it. If you want to talk to me, send me messages. If you want to tweet at me, my Twitter will be below. I didn't get a chance to stream because a lot of my painting this week I was watching somebody stream while I painted, and I just didn't stop. So next week I might be able to stream some. It just depends because I had to switch days. So I'll try to stream some Thursday. It'll depend heavily on what I'm doing Thursday afternoon. So because I stay up really really late. I'm generally I'm generally awake until like 5 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, and I generally get to painting around probably 10 or 11 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock if I'm off. Probably about 11 to 1 o'clock in the morning ish on the days that I work. So if people would come and watch me at that time, maybe. Otherwise, I'll probably just paint without streaming. So if you want to watch what I did paint last week on stream, that's going to be linked below as well to the Twitch channel. Other than that, just tell me what y'all are thinking about doing. Share with me your projects, because I always love looking at models. And if you've got questions or like you want to ask, hey, how did you do that? Ask me. I'm real open about like telling people what I would think to do in situations. I mean, I'm certainly not a golden demon level painter or like a crystal brush or something like that. I'm basically just like a better than average tabletop level, I suppose. So I'll see y'all next time. It'll be Friday, Sunday-ish when it goes out, as usual. My Wednesdays are usually not... I generally film on Wednesdays. Or not Wednesdays, Thursdays. I generally film Thursday evenings, relatively late. But it just depends. So when I get it done, it gets done. I'm still going to try to put one out each week. Or at least try to. If they're late, they're late. It's not a lot I can... Well, I suppose I could play less video games. But, I'll see you guys next week.